Morning, buddy.
Yeah, morning. Hello.
I'm good, mate. How are you?
All right.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
this week's episode, I've been laughing and laughing ever since I sort of like made sure he was online. But
All right.
he's a great friend of yours. You've known him for many, many years. I'm not going to say any more. I'm just going to bring him in.
Where do they live?
Where do they live? Spain.
Yeah. More Mason.
Oh, Mark, how are you, bud?
Hello, Wayne baby, how are you?
All right.
All right, fella. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Nice to have a little catch up. Mike, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, all's good. I'm sat in sunny Spain as we speak, but I hear you're having a bit of sunny weather.
We are, yeah, a bit of a heat wave going.
Well, nice.
Not so good today, but yesterday it was very hot. Next week apparently is meant to be. Really
yeah, I heard that. We have a bit of English news here occasionally, and I heard it's going to be all right. Yeah. So all is good.
All is good. So I'm going to ask you a question that I ask all our guests, and that is, do you remember the first time you met Wayne? Where it was, when it was?
It was in Blackpool, I think.
I'm trying to think the first time we met. I tell you what, I do remember a lot. Can you remember, you know, I had a magic shop and obviously, and you know Darren, don't you, Jin? Darren Robinson?
Yeah.
I remember for definite Wayne calling once for something, just for something. He needed, I don't know, a deck of 6 of diamonds or something. And I thought Darren was going to have just about a heart attack. He's like, Wayne Dobson's calling, Wayne Dobson's. He was so excited because he was like, he had posters on the wall and he loved Wayne. You know that, right? I mean, he's like, he absolutely thought Wayne was the greatest thing. Yeah. So I remember he used to call the shop. Did we just meet at a convent? Did we meet at the Circle or something once?
I think it was Blackpool.
I think I lectured at the Circle once. It's a while ago, a long time, and Wayne was there, and we ended up having a little chit chat. And Wayne has a little funny sense of humour, and sometimes I have a little sense of humour, and we kind of hit it off. I remember sitting at an IBM somewhere in England, me and Wayne and Trish, Marianne and a couple of others, and I don't think we stopped laughing till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I was telling Wayne about I once sold 26 gorillas, stuffed toys. Can you remember that story, Wayne? And I couldn't get them in the car, and I had to take all the seats out, and I had 26 6-foot gorillas in a Talbot Horizon driving down the motorway. Wayne was he was bent over double laughing. We just laughed and laughed, and we just became great friends, really.
Yeah.
I like to think you know, Wayne was a really good friend, you know.
And then you did coin flux.
Say that again, Wayne, sorry.
Then you did coin flux.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I remember you coming to me and saying, "Can your guy machine me out coin fluxes?" And I started doing them for Wayne, and I sold a few, and you sold a few, and I did a couple of other things for you as well, Wayne. A few bits and pieces over the years.
Pocket money. That was another good one.
Yeah, absolutely. And coin flux is still great, really, isn't it? You know, I was close to us almost retiring, Wayne. I never told you the story. I went to Disney, and I pitched coin flux to Disney. Right. And I got through 3 rounds. It's hard, Mike, really. I mean, I think I can sell crap, but it's hard. I got to the 3rd top man. So I had Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and the castle. And Mickey joined Minnie, and Mickey and all ended up in the castle. Right. But really, it was coin flux. That's all it was. And I was close to him buying all rights and paying me and Wayne enough to kind of sit back and smoke cigars on. Really, that's not made up. Just to sit on me and Wayne would have been in Barbados with a cigar. and I thought, I've cracked it here. They're gonna buy rights and pay us a silly amount of money. But it just went. It didn't go right at the vet. I couldn't get through to the top man.
Now, talking about the many stories, and I mean, I've known you for probably now just as long as I've been working with Wayne, which is for over 15 years, but you and Wayne go back longer than that. Every time we meet, there's always a story, and there's a story about you and Wayne in a restaurant.
Is it the one in America, Wayne? When
Yeah.
Wayne's 50th?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You were 50, Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Can you tell us?
it was kind of one of those you had to be there moments, really, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you still owe me the money, Wayne, for the bill. Didn't I pick the bill up?
Yeah. No.
I think we were in Houston. We were either in Houston or San Antonio.
That was Antonio.
San Antonio,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Dallas,
And I found out Wayne was going to be 50. So we booked some fancy schmancy restaurant, but that's a part of the story. You have to think it's fancy schmancy, right?
Yeah.
It's
Really.
they've got doormen, Mike, outside, it's like going into Harrods, it was the best I could find. I thought, he's worth it, Wayne. We'll take him somewhere you don't have to look up to the menu, not McDonald's. Trish always says, if I have to look up to the menu, that's not a restaurant, right? That's McDonald's. So off we go. And Wayne's in the electric wheelchair. Remember, Wayne, that's the story you're on about, right, Mike?
Yeah.
And we get to this door and the door opens and there's two like doormen, all fancy schmancy. They got dicky bows and they say to me something like, have you got a reservation? I say, yeah, we got a reservation for 4 under Mason. And then there's like, they can see Wayne's in a wheelchair and there's a ramp. Remember, Wayne? There's a ramp.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. To this day, I don't know why he just thought it'd be funny because you know what he's like. He's a bad person, really. He hits the button on his chair, goes up the ramp really fast, smashes into this reception table, and there's this big bowl of sweets and stuff. Everything falls on the floor, smashes. There's stuff everywhere, and I mean everywhere. And what always makes me laugh with Wade is they always apologise to him, don't they? They always go, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dobson, oh, sorry. And he smashed everything everywhere in this fancy place. And I know it doesn't sound that funny, but it was funny if you were there, honestly. It was absolutely, it was so funny. It was just a brilliant moment. I don't even think it must have been off the cuff because he can't know that's going to be there. He must have just thought this will be funny. But it was funny. It was funny. A lot of people don't really know, but I was best man. I mean, we're proper friends, we're good buddies, me and Wayne. And he wanted to go to Disney, or we decided to go to Universal or one of the parks, and we went to the one with that back tour lot. I think that's Universal, right?
Yeah.
Where they take you around.
Yeah.
I don't think it's there anymore.
Isn't it? So we go to Universal, and you got to think about America. They're always careful and sue and lawsuits, and Wayne wants to go on the back tour lot. Now it's not a ride; it's upside down. It's like a train, that drives you through Disney. But we get him into the section because he was in his chair even then. They get him into this section, and we're right at the front, the disabled section, if you want to call it that. It wasn't really. It was just a wider area where a chair could go, if I remember, Wayne. And we get in there, and there's a girl. Hi, I'm Cindy. that girl with the microphone. Hi. Yeah. Well, they strap Wayne in with these 3 strap things. It looks like Hannibal Lecter. He's in this thing strapped in because they think if he falls, we're going to be in big trouble, right? They're going to sue us. So we're going around, and we've gone around a couple of corners, and we stop at this is the house from such a movie. And then Wayne, out of the blue, shouts, I want my cake. I want my cake. He's strapped into this thing. I want my cake. And the girl, hi, I'm Cindy, looks around and goes, oh, shit, what's going on with this guy? We go around into the corner, and he's like, I want my cake. And Marianne's saying to him, be quiet, Wayne, be quiet. And I'm just bent over double laughing. And then we go to another bit of the ride, and he said it loads and loads of times, and the girl's like really nervous, because she doesn't know what to do really, and he's just messing around. And then we go all the way around this ride, and then it stops, and she uncouples him all, and we start to push him off, and she says something like, have a good day, and he goes, oh, thanks a lot, yeah, bye, and we just get off. And she thinks obviously he's seriously something wrong with this guy, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. He's just messing around. It was just brilliant, just off the cuff. Funny stuff.
I mean, I remember visiting JB Magic after the convention, because you was never at the convention, was you?
No.
For many years. And so it was like a mass exodus out of the hotel round to yours, and the shop was heaving, wasn't it, for that day?
Yeah. Sunday used to be virtually nothing for me, even if I opened, because everybody was at the convention. But Friday was always really good. Saturday could be, depends on what was going on. And Monday was just mental. You know?
Yeah, Monday.
It was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
It was great, yeah. And loads of those people are still customers today. You know, they're guys who I know really, really well. And yeah, everything just moves slowly towards online, doesn't it? Excuse me.
Talking of online, have you done anything online at all with this lockdown?
No. What about you?
Only a few dealer dems. Wayne hasn't lectured.
No, me neither.
That he didn't want to.
I like an audience.
He liked.
I decided last March to not take a year off. I've been making stuff and selling stuff and doing stuff, but to do no lectures, no dealer dems, no nothing. I will say, and it is very nice, I have had quite a lot of people contact me. Can you do something for this club? Can you do? And I've said to them all, if this goes on forever, if we're in another lockdown or whatever, I might have to have a think and do a few bits. But up to now, I haven't done anything. I got 4 killer tricks though.
Now, there's a funny story that I've got. Do you remember when you did Belgium with me? I was there, and Dave was not Dave. Peter Nardi was there.
Well, that's not long ago, just a year or two ago, right?
Yeah, and we were sitting and then we all did our bit for the show, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we were sitting in the restaurant, and then this group of people came in. Dave Loosely had just finished his bit, and you'd done your bit, and everybody went up to Dave and went. Everybody came up to you and went, Mark, that show was phenomenal. It was brilliant. It was fantastic.
Magnificent.
Magnificent, yes. And nobody went to Dave Loosely. And we all sat there and laughed our socks off.
I thought you were going to, I'd never seen you go as red. I don't mean embarrassed, I mean laughing. I thought you were going to keel over. He kept saying, you were magnificent.
So funny, Wayne.
Magnificent.
So we were sitting in this restaurant, we was having something to eat, and this bloke comes in and he goes, oh, Mr. Mason, what a fantastic show, and sat down. Well, this went on for probably 2 hours while we were
in there a long time.
People just turning up. And we were sitting with Dave Loosely, who had also been on the gala show. Not one of them. And so by the time, like, we got 2 hours later, Dave was just going up to him and going, don't worry, you don't have to say anything.
You don't have to say I was any good, but you were magnificent. That was funny, right? He kept saying it, didn't he? He kept coming over and telling me I was magnificent and never said a word to Dave. Dave took it in good fun, though. He took it, didn't he?
Yeah, it was funny. It was good fun. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. It's been absolutely brilliant just catching up with you, fella.
It's all right. Anytime, you know that. And
it's been such
a forward to seeing you in real life and maybe having half a lager or something and a catch up because.
Egg and chips.
Any what, Wayne?
Egg and chips.
Egg and chips. I like egg and chips. Never changes. I still like egg and chips. Egg and bread.
It's just reminding me of that time when we came to Jeannie and we came over to you for the day, and you took us out on the boat and stuff like that. What really made me laugh was when so Wayne, Mark took, I was with Pete Nardi at the time. It was me, Pete, and Mike, and Trisha. He took us to this like little town.
It's where I lived, Mount Dora.
Yeah, it's where you lived. Yeah, weren't far from there. Anyway, they took us to the shop where it was this artist. And he said to me, he goes, Mike, in there, I can't say it through laughing, in there, she sells pictures of paintings by elephants. And I'm like, you're taking the mickey, mate. Goes in there. There's a proper video of this elephant with a brush in his trunk, painting these pictures, right? And then she's got them on the wall, and they're like $500, $1,000, depending on how big it is.
Yeah, they were deer.
They were deer. And Jenny was there, wasn't she? She's going, oh, that's lovely, like that. And I'm going, Jen, it's a fucking con. You never see the whole.
On the video, Wayne. On the video, all you could see was you couldn't see the elephant, just a trunk with a paintbrush.
It was like that. It was like that.
The fella's arm.
Going, oh, that's so lovely. And I'm going, it's a fucking con. And me and Pete and Mark had to leave because we were laughing so much.
Jenny, we're going to get her money here.
Yeah,
they look good. That was a funny day as well. Always good to see you, Wayne. I know it's a tough time, fella, but hang in there. Hang in there, and we'll have egg and chips when I see you next.
Yeah.
And you still owe me that money from the restaurant. I don't even want to tell you how much that bill was. I think not only did I buy the steaks, I paid for all that damage, all the smashed in sweets, everything. I think it was all on my Jack and Jill. All of it.
Well, right, so guys, if you've enjoyed this week's Coffee Morning, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share with other people. So from me, Mike, from Wayne, and from our special guest, Mark Mason, let's just say goodbye. Goodbye.
Adios. Bye. Hasta luego.
Bye.